I've always been fascinated by the stories of larger-than-life heroes, and today we're diving into one of the most iconic tales from ancient times. The story of Samson is a roller coaster of strength, betrayal, and redemption that has captivated imaginations for millennia. Samson's story begins even before his birth, with an angel appearing to his mother and proclaiming that her son would be a Nazirite, dedicated to God from the womb. This divine appointment came with some strict rules: no cutting his hair, no drinking wine, and no touching dead bodies. But these weren't just arbitrary restrictions. They were the source of Samson's legendary strength. As Samson grew, so did his reputation for incredible feats of power. One of Samson's first notable acts was his unconventional marriage to a Philistine woman. At the wedding feast, he posed a riddle to the guests, a decision that would set off a chain of violent events. When the Philistines cheated to solve the riddle, Samson's anger led him to kill 30 men. This was just the beginning of his tumultuous relationship with the Philistines, which would define much of his life. As Samson's conflicts with the Philistines escalated, so did his displays of strength. In one infamous incident, he captured 300 foxes, tied torches to their tails, and set them loose in the Philistine fields, destroying their crops. Later, when cornered by his enemies, he famously slew 1,000 men with nothing but the jawbone of a donkey. But Samson's greatest weakness wasn't physical. It was his vulnerability to temptation, particularly from women. Enter Delilah, a woman hired by the Philistines to discover the secret of Samson's strength. In a moment of misplaced trust, he revealed that his uncut hair was the source of his power. This fateful decision would lead to his downfall, as Delilah cut his hair while he slept, robbing him of his divine strength. With his strength gone, Samson was easily captured by the Philistines. They gouged out his eyes and imprisoned him, forcing him to grind grain like a common slave. It seemed that the mighty hero had fallen for good. But in this moment of utter defeat, something remarkable happened. As Samson's hair began to grow back, so did his connection to his divine purpose. The climax of Samson's story came during a great festival in the temple of the Philistine god Dagon. Brought out to entertain the crowd, Samson asked to be placed between the temple's two central pillars. In a final act of strength and sacrifice, he pushed against the pillars, collapsing the entire temple. This dramatic end transformed Samson from a fallen hero into a figure of redemption, showing that even in our darkest moments, we have the potential for meaningful action. Samson's story is more than just a tale of superhuman strength. It's a complex narrative about the human condition. It shows us how great gifts can lead to great responsibilities, and how our choices can lead to both triumph and tragedy. As we reflect on Samson's life, we're reminded that strength comes in many forms, and that true redemption often requires sacrifice.